What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. It's already Saturday evening. It's already getting dark. As you can see in the very intro of this video, that you can see like the sunset of the very very clear sky that I've been wishing for. This practically this entire week. But as before I found out about the news of my 3 week big break, which will kind of be what this topic's about. I mean, I'm still going to talk about it, right? But before I get into it, the weather has been mostly cloudy. There's been some showers in other places, like in the mountains, in the desert. It's there's some thunderstorms. So there's been like scattering clouds and like all over the mountains and the desert and some other areas as well. So, and even on Thursday, it's been mostly cloudy, right? And it wasn't until yesterday and as well as today that we finally get these clear skies. This is like my most favorite weather for and especially for the summer, you know. So, or just in general, I this is the kind of weather that really attracts my interest to be in the outdoors, as it's always been. When I see the clear skies and there's no clouds. I mean, there was a tad bit, but not like so many. And this is my kind of weather because, I can even hear like, as I'm sitting outside, some of the crickets out here or, in the night. And, this is what I love. I've always loved the clear sky weather, whether it's warm or it's cold. I love seeing the sun out there and it's just clear and blue, and seeing the nice mountains like in the very background, especially if I'm just driving locally and I can see the mountains out there in great detail, right? You almost think like you're in Fontana or something, right? So just looking at that picture right there, as you see in the intro, it's sunset. It's a sunset out there, a very beautiful sunset at 7:45 p.m. Right now it's dark. So this is just my first video of the day. 'Cause I got so busy and had the AC on, and I know it's only like in the low 90s, but yeah, and it's still relatively humid, right? And not to mention, it's just been hella quiet in the house, considering that like I'm the only human being at the moment. So you can literally see I'm the man of the house, right? It is so dead quiet in there, dead quiet. Just yeah, just only for the time being though. But hey, at least I got the time to myself, right? And so you know, just I just want to touch on this, again with the 3 week big break. Obviously, right now it's I'm in the middle of the weekend. I'm in the middle of being the man of the house, and right now, just for the most part, I'm just enjoying it, just chillaxing, right? Just doing my thing, and I got some good news. I will still have breakfast only tomorrow, so that will still, the plan for that will still resume, and you know, I can comfortably do it as long as I'm not out for too long, right? It's just that, and just head straight back home to do some other stuff, and to where later in the day, I may just see myself back to reality again, right? But I know I'm still like kind of not over it, but it's like I'm not feeling nearly as bummed out as it was yesterday and the night before when I heard about the news, the news of the 3 week of my 3 week big break being cut short. But you know, it's already gonna be September, right? And some of the days are going to gradually get shorter. And I'm not to sound like a nerd, but as I look in this chart where the sunset times are, excuse me, not sunset times, the sunrise times are going to be later, going into the month of September and October. It's clear every single year, like, and especially now as I find myself more aware, just looking at the chart, that going into September, and I'm starting to notice it already too, like in the summer, when some of us wake up like at 5:30, almost 6, it'll be bright already, right? Like around June or July. And going to August, it's still like that somewhat, right? But now that the days are kind of, they're gradually going to get shorter, and the sunrise times are going to get even later, right? So when I woke up this morning, it was around 6 a.m. and it's still kind of dark. But imagine going to the month of September, and especially October, where the sunrise times, I mean, the sun is not going to rise until before 7 a.m. Just to make that clear, now that I have a better awareness of it, I'm pretty sure that we all go through it every year. Some of us just catch ourselves wondering why it's still dark by 6:30 around the time of September or October. Well, I look in the chart, and I think, I don't know too much about geography or the science or the planetary system like that, but I just know, just based off of looking at the chart, there's I know the pattern pretty well. The shorter these days get, the later the sunrise times will be. So going to September, I think if I saw the sunrise times right now, like the sun has set for the last week, like about 6:20, right? So going to next month, it's gonna be probably like 6:30 or about 6:45. So they're going to be a little bit later. And October, it's gonna be before 7, which is the annoying part, because when people wake up in the morning and it's like 6 a.m. still, or close to 6:30, it'll still be dark, which is pretty damn annoying. But that's just the way that the world works. And obviously by October, the sunset time is like six something already, and that's we're just seeing more dark day, like shorter days just come around. And by November, obviously we got to fall back, and we see that the sun will set by like past 4:30, and by 5 o'clock, a little past 5, it's already dark, which is practically just Christmas time already, even though it's November, right? So sorry to go off topic here. I just thought I'd briefly mention just a fun fact. I mean, even though it's not so fun of a fact when we're talking about sunrise times being later now, going to September and October, right? So now we know, like, as we wake up, like around late September, or just even all of October, we know that if it still gets dark, I mean, if we wake up like at 6 or 6:30, it's still gonna be pretty dark. So just thought I'd make that clear. Anybody that's just listening to this video, just be clearly aware. All right. Anyways, so getting back to this topic here. Yeah, I still feel like, I'm sort of over it, but not completely, right? But, it is what it is at this point. At least I'll say this, though. It is already going to be September. Football season's coming around. So there's going to be some games going on. Usually Thursday, Saturday, and, well, not Saturday. Thursday and Sunday and Monday are usually the days of some NFL games. We think about, for some football or NFL fans, it's NFL Sunday. People watch NFL Red Zone, right? So yeah, it's coming around that time where sports season is about to kick in, starting with the NFL. And still with MLB. I think the playoffs begin right at the end of September or going to October. Trying to remember. And then by October is also the NBA season, and then NHL as well. So the sports season will be in full bloom by October, right? So I guess I can see a positive at the start of the bird season. You know, other than just the fall. The fall like weather. I know we don't really see so many fall leaves around where I live, but hell, if I go to like the East Coast, I'll just see a bunch of fall leaves in different colors. I'm talking about the actual vibrant fall colors that you see in New York City or Boston, or if you're here in California and you go all the way to Mammoth Lake, just far down in the canyons, you have a good chance of seeing those fall leaves with those vibrant colors, those actual fall colors. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, to me, I'm kind of getting over it, but I'm not over it yet, right? I mean, it is what it is, but at least I'll have the breakfast only to still happen tomorrow. So, at least I'll get that taken care of. It's good for me to have this one day to myself, even though I'll have it I still got tomorrow to be the man of the house, but just not for that long. However, not this next coming weekend, but the weekend after, I'm gonna have another opportunity like that. This time it's gonna be, I think, possibly 4 days. So just yeah, I think I see another opportunity coming, but like I said, I've been on the record. I can't continue to keep hoping and just wishing for these kind of breaks that I have, because look what just happened. It's a lesson learned that anytime I hear it might be 3 weeks or 2 weeks, just remember it's going to be cut to 1. Right? Just I'm just going to prepare for that the next time. As devastating as this news is, it's like, it is what it is at this point, right? I know it's not the end of the world, but I know I do got a couple of plans going for the next the next week, and I don't know if I'm still gonna be able to make both of them happen. Possibly just one, who knows? The basketball one for sure I'll make happen. It's like I just really want to do it. I don't want to back off of it. But as far as celebrating Ray, Eugene, and Russ's birthdays all together, I don't even know if I want to make that happen, because I don't want to find myself going out so much, even with this, with so much activity going on. It's in the house, right? So, I was able to get away with that, from the time that, just back then. But now it's different. So maybe I can get away with doing it once, but we'll just have to see, because, these would have definitely happened, and if this 3-week break would still have continued, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I gotta continue doing what I'm doing with my job hunting. Obviously, I've been very competitive this entire week, and I could have used the time today. I still got the time to do it, so it's not like, I'm not gonna do it, and I'm still gonna do it, because I still want to get the heck out of here. I'm talking about my dump, just knowing it's just a predictable cycle in there. So, as far as this thing goes, I'm not feeling too bummed about it now, but it's just like right now, I just think that I just think that it's just I'm just better off moving on, and at least I can say breakfast only is about to happen tomorrow morning. So, and it's still going to be hot. It's only going to be like in the low 90s. My threshold is 97. It used to be 95, now it's 97. So for the most part, I'm just gonna hang in there and yep, just keep doing what I'm doing. And like I said, the one positive I'll have, as even with this reality coming back sooner than later, is football season. I think the regular season starts next week on Thursday, so there's some football to watch. I got my dad and my sister are big football fans, right? And uh, I don't find myself to be a casual. I'll watch when they watch, right? So this is their time, and this is their time to just enjoy as the sports season is coming back, right? And eventually it's gonna be the NBA, MLB playoffs. We know the Dodgers for sure are gonna make it, and they're gonna have another run at the World Series, right? We'll see. I don't know what's gonna go on with the Yankees, and I wonder if the Astros are gonna. Well, I don't even know how the Astros are doing this year. I don't follow MLB like that, but anyways, man, I don't want to talk too much about this. I got another topic coming, possibly. I mean, if I get to it. So, anyways, this is all I gotta say about it. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm okay now, but just still not too over it. I mean, but it is what it is. I'll try to find something. I'll definitely just prepare for reality just coming back, even though it may just not. I mean, just find myself just trying to sink myself and back into selling my soul again to, you know what I mean? Okay, all right, peace out.